here in 2020, there is a new level of stupidity, arrogance, and just ridiculousness that's gripped the current United States political climate, and I really would just love to see an end to it. So basically, I have a simple idea. And unfortunately, it's a simple idea that's extremely complicated because it would require, an amendment to be passed and whatever. But I believe that we should have a law that disallows anyone from running for president unless they've been a governor for at least one term. Why do I say that? Well, for one thing, it would eliminate senators and it would eliminate upstarts who continue to try to run for the election, even if they know they don't have a chance in hell of winning. And what it would also do is make sure that anybody who does win the presidency, regardless who that is in the future, it would make it so that they would have to be a governor. They would have to have a record of governorship. They would have to have a record we could look at and point to and say, yes, this person is an intelligent person who knows how to be a governor and he knows how to deal with state budgets and whatnot. What I don't like is the fact that we have a situation now where anybody can run for president, and these people get stupider and stupider and stupider as time goes on, i.e. Kanye West. Kanye West, and by the way, he may see this video, he may not. He's a rich person because he got all these other people to buy his music and buy his quote-unquote sneakers because the things look stupid to me. I've never purchased anything from Kanye West. I've never bought his music, never bought any of his clothes. I'm not into that Yeezy garbage. So this might get to him and he might say, yeah, well, you're broke and I'm rich and everything. Yeah, well, considering the fact that I've got videotapes of your wife with Ray J, it's like, I don't think you could say the same thing about my 21-year-old girlfriend. And I don't think you'd actually want to go there because I've got videotape of your wife and whatnot. And you could say that you're super rich. Honestly, I don't care. There's a lot of people richer than me. There's Warren Buffett who's richer than me. All the money in the world ain't going to save him from death's cold embrace very soon because the man's over 90. There's lots of people richer than me. I don't care. Bottom line is, what I won't have is my politics being poisoned by stupidity. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care. I don't care about your stupid sneakers, your silly slippers, and their rubber soles. They're so ugly. I don't care. Bottom line is, he said that he's admitted his defeat in the 2020 U.S. presidential election after creating a political party named the Birthday Party. My God, this is so goddamn ridiculous. To run for the top job. Kanye managed to scoop a small proportion of the votes this time around. And it looks like he's planning to run. Oh, my God. It looks like he's planning to run again in the next election. The 43-year-old rapper took to Twitter to share what looks to be an intention to take part in 2024. Let me tell you something. If you run in 2024, I'm going to make sure that Alexandria Ocasio, if I have to go collect the signatures myself, I will make sure Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez runs in 2024. And I'll make sure that you get less than 5% of the vote again. It was already clear that Kanye West would not have a chance at getting into the White House. Again, the strength of the Republican and Democratic support, Kanye was running as an independent, of course. Having said that, the celebrity dad of 4 did manage to rack up tens of thousands of votes. This is just disgusting that people would go into the booths and vote for this moron. And not only that, like, everybody has a right to support whoever they want. But if you know that somebody's in the election just to, how should I say, make a mockery of it, then I have to look at you and say that you're a fool for voting for somebody who just gets into an election just to make a mockery of it. You have no respect for U.S. politics. You have no respect at all. Like, whether it's Trump who wins or whether it's Biden who wins, the bottom line is, if you really want a serious, legitimate third party, then find a legitimate, serious third party candidate. Stop putting up just nonsense. It's not like you don't even have radicals anymore. You just have nonsense at this point. Just nonsense. And you would literally line up to vote for this. But you know what? Again, you have a constitutional right to vote for this level of stupidity. I'm just glad, thank God for coronavirus, making it so that all of the air in this year's campaigning was swallowed up, and it made it so that there was no Gary Johnson falling out his chair. There was no Jill Stein. Where's Jill Stein right now? You don't even know where she is because you don't know nothing about her. You were ready to support Gary Johnson and Jill Stein and Bernie Sanders, and you brought us to a point where right now, this is where we are right now. Because Hillary, if it hadn't been for Johnson, Stein, and Sanders, Hillary would have gotten 8% of the vote. And I also am disappointed with the Democratic National Party. Had they cut Sanders out earlier, Hillary would not have lost the spotlight to him. Now, I'm not saying that I wanted Hillary to win. What I'm saying is, I want to keep my elections serious between two serious candidates. I don't want to have an election where you're having this nonsense happening. It's just like with Ross Perot. A lot of people blame Ross Perot for poisoning the election. They blame, who else? There's been other situations where we've had nonsense like this. And my thing is, this shouldn't be happening. It's like there's only one way to get majority rule. It's got to be more than 50% on one side, less than 50% on the other side. There's no room for a third party. Like, I understand that everybody wants to have a third party, but guess what? If you do have a third party and it does get power and it does get serious, the third party is just going to become one of two parties. It's not going to be a third party because you cannot have majority rule if you have three parties. It doesn't work that way. It only works this party or this party. If you want to get rid of the Democrats and have independents versus Republicans, fine. Problem is, the independents are just going to end up being Democrats. You got to understand, majority rule does not work with three. It only works with two. 50-50, somebody has to get 51 in order for the other guy to get 49. That's how it works. It's like, come on. It's like, you guys got to be serious. I know a lot of you never passed social studies. I know a lot of you never passed U.S. government. And when I say passed it, I mean I actually got a passing grade legitimately. I know a lot of you are C- students who were passed along. I know a lot of you never really graduated college. I know a lot of you went deep in debt in college and never actually graduated. But bottom line is, I cannot have my politics poisoned by your stupidity.